who am I? So my name is Nathan. You can find me on Twitter at @InfoNameCheap. Don't ask about the name. I'm also an IT guy by day, by night. I do physical penetration testing. I am now starting in network penetration testing. Hopefully to have that down soon. I'm also a developer. I develop in Java, Objective-C, Python, C#. I also have a Windows phone. Wait, hold on. Windows phone? People actually have those? But weird thing is, when I actually added this photo, PowerPoint has this new thing called Design Ideas, which lets you make great slides by uploading the slide to the cloud. And I had no problem uploading this slide to the cloud. If Microsoft wanted to look at it, they can. So I'm like, okay, I'll just go Gabe. Give me these, and here's our great looking slide, apparently according to Microsoft. Normally, I actually have an iPhone. I don't know if that's any better. I also used to work for a company ran by this guy. Worked in Amazon for global IT at a call center here in Kentucky. I also have a hedgehog, and I am also a first-time speaker. Thank you. So first off, before the talk does start, I do have to give some apologies. My first apology is I am sorry for the description of the talk. I was in the car writing up the description, didn't think I was going to get accepted to DerbyCon, and I'm like, okay, let's just submit it anyway, see what happens. Got the email, I'm like, oh, okay, I can't too late to update it now. Also, I'm sorry for the live demo. We will still have a live demo, just going to be Windows-based. I was planning to have this on a mobile simulator like iOS or Android. Our Mac hard drive did die on our main development machine. We did not use Git, unfortunately, so we didn't have a backup. We accidentally turned off Time Machine, and we were quoted $12,000 for the SSD repair. So, again, sorry about that. So, of course, my company told me I have to add legal stuff, and I have to actually add a disclaimer. So if this talk does express the views of myself and myself only, my employer, former, current, and future, is not liable for anything in this talk. We have reached out to the corporations and vendors about any possible vulnerabilities. Any complaints should be sent to complaints@notinfosec.com for further analysis by a legal professional. And I'm also nice, in case English is not your first language, I don't want to get sued, so that you will now see this in 4 other languages. So we got Spanish. We have French. I'm not reading that. We have Klingon. And then we have Webdings. If you cannot read that, I don't know who you are. So now we got all the legal stuff out of the way. Great, we can actually get to the good talk. So first off, this is going to be a hands up or a nod survey. You don't have to. It's just I'm trying to figure out who the crowd is. So we're going to do a who here has heard of or used Google Cloud Platform. Wow, more people than I thought. I didn't even know they had it until my Reddit Gold expired, and I started seeing ads for it to get $300 free. What about Microsoft Azure? Okay. Mainly used for online AD services or DerbyCon with O365. Kind of good service. What about AWS? Good. So we're going to be mainly using AWS in this whole entire talk. Not because I'm told to or I'm not being paid by them. It's just my personal preference. I am a sysadmin for AWS, so I do like AWS more than other solutions. Throughout this talk, you can replace it with any other solution you want or physical. In case you don't know what AWS is, let's go ahead and learn a little bit first. So we're going to have an AWS 101. So it's a cloud-based platform that offers services like EC2, Route 53, S3, Device Farm, RDS, SNS, Lambda. Services I have here marked are the most popular, which is EC2, which is your virtual private servers. Route 53, of course, is your DNS. S3 is your simple storage services. RDS is your relational database services. Device farm is literally a device farm of mobile devices and more. You get per hour pricing. You don't have to pay up front a large fee and then be billed when you only use the server for an hour. You can deploy it in a couple of seconds, which makes it great for penetration testing. Also, you get 100% full root access. Who does not like getting 100% full root access to a machine? So, thanks to XKCD, we can say sudo make me a sandwich, and we magically get a sandwich from AWS. In case you have coworkers, you can give them IM access. You can have them 99% root, so they can't delete you. That would be kind of stupid to have someone else delete you if they don't like you. Like, hey, I want to delete this person. And then he gets fired. You can spin up an OS in a couple of seconds. And then there's tons of integration, which is mainly why I like it. If you do want to learn more about AWS, I am going to be offering free training for the entirety of the con. If you do want to get in touch with me by my Twitter or email, I have $5,000 worth of training just to give away. So we can sit down, do some training. Let's just want to learn a little bit more. This bucket gets filled up so often I'm not even sure how much has been filled up. So let's go over a little bit about what this talk is and what this talk really isn't. So mainly we're going to be doing a proof of concept. We're going to be showing that this solution is feasible. However, it may not be the perfect solution yet. We're trying to get all the bugs fixed out and make sure it's going to be a feasible solution in the future. How to use AWS or any other cloud platform for a not so intended purpose. AWS is not meant for penetration testing, but they do allow in and outbound penetration testing, since they do have a lot of DoD contracts. What and why the need is. So we're going to go over who needs this, why do we need it, and where can we use it. Also, how to be a cool lead hacker. So what this talk really isn't. Now, I promise you, there's no O days. If you're looking for an O day, I hate to say you've came to the wrong talk. I'm not attacking our person or our company. I'm not attacking anyone during this talk. And I'm especially not exploiting any TOS or EULA agreements. Again, I don't want to get sued. Hopefully this is not going to be a bad talk. Again, like I said, I am a first-time speaker, so tread a little bit lightly here. And it may seem like a sales pitch. Trust me, this is not a sales pitch. Again, this is just my opinion. Your opinion may vary. So this is my phone. I still am rocking the iPhone 5S. Okay. I mean, it's old. It still works great. But there's just one problem. It's not really designed for hacking. It's designed to be a closed source, easy to use operating system on a kind of good built phone. Now, it's mainly targeted to some other end users, but again, tons of people use iPhones. This is not my phone. I wish it was, but the Nexus lines or Android, any Android phones can hack pretty easily. Android is an open source operating system. You can do almost anything you want in Android or an Android phone as long as you have the way to root it and upload any bootloaders. So why are we even talking about this? So this all started back 3 years ago. Some of my friends and I were joking around saying, hey, let's hack with our phones. We didn't really know that Kali Net Hunter was even a thing. We didn't even know that this stuff existed. We knew Kali was a thing, but we didn't know we can sideload it on our phones. Also, we had iPhones. We couldn't do much on those. They were very locked down unless you either A, get a jailbreak, or B, get a public API or a private API. Then we started playing this game. This game is called Watch Dogs. If you heard of it, basically you are playing the primary guy, Aiden Pierce. You you're in the city of Chicago, and Chicago installs a stupid thing called CTOS, which controls the whole entire city on basically one OS. I mean, we kind of have that now with Windows, but this thing controls more than what even that would even be feasible. So again, he is a hacker. He has basically gotten a vulnerability for CTOS and put it on his phone. He can then do anything in the city. And when I mean anything, I legitimately mean anything. So there is a video of what CTOS does, which I'll show you right now what exactly it does.
The installation of America's first central operating system. CTOS is a computer software that manages entire cities, providing centralized control over subway lines, traffic lights, surveillance cameras, and electricity grids. A computer now controls a major city.
Again, that is something that we're going to, but I would never like to see. Not only the things it mentioned, but it controls ATMs, all EMS services. It controls anything within a city. Once you gain access to that, you're golden. You have anything for the user. So that's where we got the idea for this talk. We're wanting to hack from our phones. Again, we're on lockdown phones that can't really do much. So our main goal for this talk is, it sounds pretty audacious, is to put Kali on Android phones, iPhones, and Windows phones. Again, that sounds pretty audacious. We have been called idiotic. We have been called liars. Just because people think that these phones can't really run anything. And we have developed the applications. We have developed the backbone. We have gotten this working with a 24% success rate at the moment. And with current development, we are currently at alpha 0.02. Very, very low. After working for 3 years, we finally got something working. And I mentioned Windows Phone. Yes, we are going to be putting this on Windows Phone. Does anyone here actually have a Windows Phone? I feel sorry for you. But really, yes, we are putting this on Windows Phone. I do know that there is a fan base out there for Windows Phone. And I am not hating on Windows Phone. I really do like Windows Phone. It's just that this thing, yes, we're putting Kali on this. Also, Microsoft, please don't sue me. I upgraded to Windows 10 on the first day. But again, this is our main goal. We're putting Kali on these 3 devices. So, what this has entailed for us. Long nights, pulling out here, drinking constantly, crying in the fetal position, getting this software working. And of course, we all have day jobs. We have to do those first. And again, we've been working on this for 3 years, trying to get this perfected. And now we did. So, before I mentioned Kali NetHunter, most of you guys know Kali NetHunter only runs on these devices officially supported by the Kali team. 6 devices. That's not a lot. And for those devices, you also have to have an external Wi-Fi antenna. So you have to get a TP-Link or other compatible device that hooks to the back of the phone using an OTG cable. That's really not a good solution. I mean, yes, it does help with the hardware, but with having that solution, you're adding bulk to your phone. You're also making it more suspicious. And also, devices are expensive, yo. Really. This is on Swappa. Nexus 6, last sold for the 32 gig 175 is probably in pretty bad condition. Nexus 5, $99. I'm going to say it's in a little bit better condition, but the Nexus 7, $200. Nexus 9, $240. Also, I mean, if you want to buy the Nexus 6 brand new, $300 shipped and sold by Amazon. That's way too expensive for a phone, especially when you have a $400 or $500 phone right in your pocket. So, again, why not use your own device? That's what we're trying to get at. And also, employers don't like buying you stuff. most employers will not buy you a $5 dongle. And firsthand, I do understand this. Most employers are pretty stingy about this stuff. And when they see a purchase order come in for a phone, like, why don't you just use your phone? We can just pay the bill. They'd rather pay a bill than buy a phone. So we said we're going to be putting this on all 3 major platforms. So we do have a list of requirements we do have to go over. So this is a small list of current requirements we do require for you to have on your phone. iOS 10 running on an iPhone 5S or later with current jailbreak. Currently there's not really a jailbreak out for iOS 10. iOS 9.3.3 is currently the latest one. You can also use your Apple Watch if you do have one of those devices. It has to be a Series 1 or later with watchOS 3. Windows Phone OS 10 or later. Android Lollipop with root. Also, you do have to have a current active internet connection. 200 megabytes of storage, 1 gig of RAM, Bluetooth 4.0 if it's actually needed, and an active or working USB port, again, if needed. Also, almost every newer device works. Every device we have tested works. It's a small list of devices we have tested. But again, we are getting a good success rate, especially for an alpha, with tons of bugs on a small amount of devices. So whenever we saw this, we're basically like mind blown. How is this even working? And here's our current list of tested devices. Nexus 5, Nexus 6, OnePlus 3, S7, 5S, and 6S Plus. These are devices we have tested on. And we have all run these for the same test. We have connected to an HP printer with an open wireless network. We have run an Nmap scan. We have found everything on the network. Then we had MAC authentication on the network. We basically then use ArtSpoof to clone a MAC address we're in. So that's the current test we are running to see if these devices are working. Now, you also might be thinking to yourself, wait, iPhones really don't support this. We do have a contact with Apple. We're not going to disclose any information of that. That's why the iOS side of this is going to be closed source, unfortunately. I will still be publishing all the files, like IPA files. You can download it. You can just look at everything in there if you want to. It's just I cannot publish the source code due to legal. So, again, these devices are working. And we're still taking this concept of, hey, we don't need these devices anymore. We can use these devices to do these things. So currently, does anyone have any questions at the moment? No questions? Okay. So let's go into a little bit more of how this is actually going to work. So we've done our main idea, who this is for, and basically why we're doing this. So meet Steve. This is Steve's iPhone. Steve currently has Wi-Fi enabled. This is Company A. Company A makes food products for like Walmart. So Steve connects to an open Wi-Fi network on Company A's network. Okay, we kind of have a little bit more of an idea of how this is actually going to work. So Steve then opens up the Kali Connect app on his phone, and first off, he does have to have a current server. So whether it be on AWS, Google Cloud Platform, or just on a physical machine, as long as it has the Kali Connector app on it, you're good to go. So then Steve starts doing a split VPN connection. So he can retain their network, also can get on the Amazon network. So then processing goes for AWS and says, hey, I need this instance ID. I'm connecting this instance ID with this public DNS record. It routes the traffic properly and gets on the Kali server. So then the Kali Connect app runs a command to actually start up a new server, at least on AWS. It's going to be starting up a file server using Linux, and it's going to be storing all current logs. After any session is terminated, that server will be automatically deleted, just so we can actually see, hey, at least we can troubleshoot. But again, we're still not wanting to have many logs accessible. So let's say Steve starts to run aircrack on the network. He sees this open SSID he wants to get into. So he sends a command to the Kali server and says, okay, I want to start processing this command. Kali then starts communicating with the phone to grab all the information it needs. And then it starts processing it in the cloud. So once it's done processing, and once it's started processing, it'll let you know. So once it starts letting you know, hey, you're golden. You may get a wireless password. You may say, okay, I need a little bit more time, estimated time. With that being said, we currently have a limited number of applications that are confirmed working. Some of them are very limited, some of them are full-featured. We'll go over that here in a bit. So let's say company A gets kind of smart here, and they block VPN traffic. Okay, well, that's not really a problem. So now we have Bob. Bob currently has 4G on his phone. He also has Bluetooth enabled. So we're also going to be working on trying to get a Dropbox enabled in the future with Bluetooth connectivity like a Rutabaga. It's going to have Kali Lite pre-installed on it, and so you can go ahead and start processing commands. So there's company A's network, and then Bob just go ahead and connect to the Dropbox. The Dropbox then plugs into the Ethernet network of any open port. Hopefully it's not locked down. And then we connect to company A's network. Huh? Dropbox sure isn't. Well, I just use an icon for Dropbox. Universal. So with that being said, if the company does block all VPN traffic, you're now on 4G LTE, which most cellular providers do not block VPN traffic. So we can then start running the same process. Yes, this may eat up your data, or you can find another way to actually bypass this. If they're blocking a certain port, we do have a way to change the default port, so you can go and say, hey, if this port's not working, use this port, or use this port. So the list of tools we currently have working is, again, pretty small. We currently have Aircrack or Fern, Nmap, Metasploit, which is very limited, John the Ripper, and ArtSpoof. And again, we are always looking for requests. Myself and my two developers, we are currently actively looking for requests from the community. If you have any requests, I highly encourage you to send it to request@notinfosec.com so we can look at it and see if we can get that compatibility working. So with this small list, we're still able to do a lot. Now, you also notice that with the list of applications that are supported, you do have a CLI or a GUI, or some of them have a custom GUI, or both. So with a custom GUI, you can actually, of course, build it the way you like. You don't have to use R-defined. You can make it your defined. If you don't like something there, remove it, add it, you're good. Normal, great UI stuff. If you want to type in a CLI command on a small phone keyboard, I'm not going to stop you. Go ahead. If you like using CLI more, great. You can also use your Apple Watch and start running commands using the custom GUI. I just put Siri in there as a joke. It would just be funny to say, hey Siri, run John the Ripper, and give it a hash. That's something we actually might do because now Apple did open up Siri integration for other applications. And again, we are going to be launching open source. We're going to have the code for Android, Windows Phone, and Windows application in Kali OS. It's going to be all publicly available. You're going to be able to view any source. It's going to be available on GitHub. Edit it however you like. We're always looking for feedback from the community. If we mess up, let us know. That's just a learning curve for us. And again, I'm sorry, but any iOS device code will be closed source, again, due to Apple's legal restrictions. If you want to learn more, let me know. You can have a small talk, sit down, have a beer, whatever. We can learn more about this application. I can show you a little bit more in depth of what it actually does. And again, we just learn more how we can actually advance this for the community. So we currently have a not so prompt download schedule. So currently we are anticipating that the full Windows application will be available for download late December 2016, so you can go ahead and start running it on Windows at least. On all the mobile devices, it should be available in late March 2017. For iPhone devices, we're going to be adding a profile, basic profile. You just go to Safari. It's going to add the application for you. You're good to go. Of course, we can't publish this on the App Store. I'm pretty sure our developer account will be instantly banned. We're going to also have premium support and small level support. Really, you're going to be offering the same times. We're going to try to get back to you as fast as possible. If you have a problem with it, we're going to try to get back to you at least within 4 to 8 hours. Premium support is just going to give you not much. It's just going to give you a little star on a ticket. But that's just basically saying you believe in the project, you donated, that's $1. If you want to donate to this, you can. You don't have to. You're still going to get the same amount of support. Because I don't want to have a system where you pay for support and you get this SLA. I do not believe in that. If you have a problem with our software, we need to fix it. We want to know about it instantly, and we'll try to fix it as fast as possible. So let's go over a quick demo. Again, we're going to be demoing the Windows application. So I'm going to go ahead and exit out here real quick. And I currently have a test machine set up on AWS. So let me go ahead and do this here. Let me go ahead and close it. If I can get out of this. Awesome. So again, we are currently in our test server here. It's just Windows Server 2012 R2 standard. So now we're going to be running the Kali Connect app. We do have to have an account. This is basically how we store all your instance IDs, all the servers you added. Now, we're not going to be asking a lot from you. Username and password. We're not wanting any of your personal information. We don't want your email. We don't want your phone number. We don't want your address. We don't want anything from you. Just because, again, we do believe in your privacy. We do want your privacy to be there. That's why we're not asking a lot from you. So I'm going to go ahead and log in here. Okay. So basically, everything is going to be stored on a AWS SQL server. It is fully encrypted using AES 256-bit with salt. So everything is going to be secure, hopefully. So now I do have a couple of servers here that we have set up. So I currently have Kali and the ESX host at home, also in the Hyper-V. I also have a physical desktop, and I also have it on an AWS. Currently, if you look on Amazon Web Services, there's currently no AMIs for it, which is your custom operating system for EC2. The Kali team did actually drop that because they weren't given enough support from Amazon. I kind of have some content from Amazon that I can get support from, so we can go ahead and try to get the AMI up a little bit faster, get a little bit more support. So let's actually hope this works. So we're going to go ahead and try to connect to the ESX host. Okay, so I'm actually surprised it actually worked. So currently you do have some commands here that I actually have set up. So you can actually start running Nmap, Metasploit, John the Ripper, Aircrack. That's currently what I have set up. If you want to add a custom server, you definitely can. You can go to software settings. If you want to have it automatically log you in, that's just simple stuff. Again, you can change the default port number. If you change it on the Kali Connect app on the host, you will need to change it in here, and this will basically let you connect to that new port. We also do offer a kill switch mode. So basically with the kill switch mode enabled, as soon as the computer goes to sleep or if the tilde key is pressed, all VPN is terminated instantly. Again, that's just to protect you, make sure nothing happens. If you want to add a server, you could definitely go ahead and go for the wizard. Simple process. It just needs the server name, the AMI, and DNS. It'll go ahead and start connecting to it. So let's see if we can try to get these to actually launch. And it looks like it's actually not launching. Okay, so the demo did fail. Again, we are in current alpha. We are not expecting this to be a full-fledged software. I do know Nmap does work. It does crash instantly. It does crash the whole entire application within about 5 seconds. So again, we are currently trying to get this to where it's 100% usable, but this is currently what we have right now after suffering a major data loss. We did have a whole lot more working on the Android side and the iPhone side, and hopefully we do get that connection back up and get that basically back up so everyone can use. We are currently going on a hardcore code jam, trying to get this to work. I've taken a lot of PTO to try to get this actually done. But this is basically what we got right now, and I'm sorry, again, I'm sorry we didn't have much of a demo here. This is currently what we got, and this is what we're currently working on. So this is AWShit. Again, we are going to be giving out the Kali Connect app 100% free. We hope people do enjoy it because, again, we do love actually having that out there. It's just something we feel like we can help the community with and have more people get into network penetration testing easily. If you do want to contact me, I'm easy to get a hold of. I'm always on Twitter, again, at infonamecheap. You want to email me? My email address is nathan@notinfosec.com. If you have any complaints about anything or just want to rant something, send it to complaints. If you want to add a request, send it to request@notinfosec.com. We're going to be adding this PDF slide deck to our website, notinfosec.com, hopefully by tomorrow. Hopefully get a little bit more up on there. And that is basically what we have for the talk. And again, if you guys have any questions, let me know. If you want to get learn a little bit more about AWS, again, I'm going to be here the whole entire time. I may be working with Skydog on some stuff, but again, that's what we currently have. Thank you.
Thank you.
Just curious, when you said that you tested on all those devices and you said that you weren't using like any kind of external wireless background, how exactly were you then able to like put that automatically?
So I did really say that